Welcome back to the Rise of the Immortals Cup. We'll bring you some action today from Group D. And we have the match between Tag Total Annihilation Gods and PinkParanoia. And what's at stake here is that if the Tag team wins, then they will take first in their group easily, and then they will face the YouTube stars, who are now second in Group C. And PinkParanoia probably is through as well, although I'm not sure exactly how it's working in Group D right now. But the second place in Group D will face Brain Bunch, who today got, well, I guess yesterday, the same day that this happened, Brain Bunch beat the YouTube Stars 2-0 to take first place. So, enough about that. We have Total Annihilation Gods, Tag Rock, and Tag Pebble on the top. And we have Epic and Sui Akaki, now named just Sui, at the bottom. And this is Crazy Rush, and it's named Crazy for a reason. This map is unique because as soon as you build a mass extractor, it's surrounded by more. So there's basically unlimited mass that you can have. You can have as many Tech 1 mass extractors as the space will allow. So it leads to some really crazy things. And so Tag Rock coming out with a bunch of hunters and some scouts. He's actually got the cloaking on one of the scouts. That doesn't really do much, and it's just taking up 5 power, and there's another one right there. It's only good when there's no radar, and right now Sui doesn't have any radar, so I guess maybe you could consider this a good move. However, the ACU will still find them. So you can see Sui knows it's there. I mean, not sure how good the cloaking is. So Sui defends, and he's going to get another land factory. This map is all about your build order, and that right there just disrupted Sui's build order. So good play from Tag Rock. If you don't calculate your build order to perfection, then you'll just get destroyed. And you'll see both Tag players planning a ridiculous amount of Tech 1. And it's interesting to note that the Tag players are both Cyberns. Might be a little surprising. UEF is generally considered the best faction for this map with their Tech 3 PD and the Fat Boy. Epic going as UEF, and he is also on a massive spam. Sui also is Cyber, but he doesn't have any sort of spam planned whatsoever, so that could be bad. He's just getting surrounded by Rock's units. So the key here is power, because the only factor that can limit you early on is power on this map. So you need to get as much power as humanly possible. And you can see a massive wall planned from Sui, but I don't think I agree with the placement. If you want to wall yourself up, I prefer the wall to be up here maybe, and you can see it has been switched because here it's too close to your base, and if you let them push here, you're basically done. So Rock now already has 6 land factories. He's working on the 7th, and Pebble's at about the same place, and he's going Tech 2. Here coming up a minute. Well, actually it's just minute 5, and he's going for Tech 2. Epic now getting an upgrade. It looks like it's Tech 2. It's the left arm. And Tag Pebble is sneaking around the side with a whole bunch of units. And does Epic even know? He has no idea. I mean, he might have. He doesn't even have radar there, so there is no way he can know. He's gonna get shocked once he sees units pop out of nowhere to kill him. Here come the units. He probably doesn't realize the full extent of how many units are behind him. He will find out soon if Pebble decides to push in. See, Sui is at Tech 2, and he's already got power, and he's making some point defense. Rock is just continuing to spam up a whole bunch of mass extractors. I mean, he's up to how many now? That's not even countable. And he's making a lot of mass storage. That's an interesting move. I guess he figures he'll have so much excess mass, he might as well store as much of it as he can. So it looks like Epic has managed to defend against Tag Pebble's units. However, he's getting assaulted from the front now by Tag Rock. He's got a whole bunch of land factories himself, so he's in good shape. And Sui is going to assist with his Mantis. but the top side just has way more units. So that's probably because Sui hasn't made any sort of significant land spam. So Pebble and Rock look to be sandwiching Epic, who is the only one on his team making actual units. And Pebble is going directly to Tech 3. So we'll have to see what he has in mind with that. And now this is not the fight that Sui wants. Rock's units are in a better position, and they just did so much more damage to the Mantis, and even with even numbers, Rock managed to completely dominate that skirmish. And Pebble is now in the back once again. He's doing the same thing. He's in a much better compact position. If your opponent has their units bunched up like that, you want to bunch your units up as well before you attack. So positioning is very important in these battles. Now the point defense looks like it will do a good job and defend for Sui against all these units, although it is missing. It's very rare to see Cyber and point defense miss like that. So many point defense. Sui is just trapping himself inside his own base. And we do see a Monkey Lord started by Tag Pebble. This is a minute 10. Only 9.5 minutes on the clock, and he's already spamming up a spider bot. So that's the kind of stuff you get on this map. He's also in a hard brick spam. He's got an expansion where he's just getting even more infinite mass extractors. So Sui also making a spider bot, so this is interesting. But looks like Pebble is much farther ahead on his, and I expect Pebble to have a much better eco than Sui. He's up to plus 250. Sui's at plus 115, so Pebble with more than twice Sui's mass income. So we'll have to see who gets their spider bot done first, and Pebble is definitely on course to do that. Sui has shifted, and it's unclear if either side knows that the other has a spider. The bottom side hasn't even scouted at all. And the top, the tag team is so good, they'll probably realize that this is most likely an experimental building just by the shape of the engineer placement. So a gigantic force from the top team is converging here next to Sui's base. And the spider bot for Pebble is complete at minute 12. And now he's just going to spam up a whole bunch of TMLs. Spiderbot has been given to Rock, and the whole force has been given to Rock. So a unified force for Tag Rock, all under his control, and Pebble is attacking simultaneously on the left side. Sui is about to finish his spider. It's at 89%, and the point defense I expect will be able to thin this out enough for him to finish the spider. He's out now at 95%, 97%. So Sui will finish the spider, but it's just a matter of can he defend, because Rock's spider bot is coming in right now. Sui's trying to spam Tech 1 point defense, but the spider bot is almost on his ACU, and he's just gonna get target fired to hell. That's the end of Sui, and his spider bot is gonna be destroyed. Epic is also getting his base completely demolished, and here comes the spider bot to finish him off. So no nonsense from the tag team. They take this win very early on and in convincing fashion. I mean, it only took them 13 minutes. So now either Sui or Epic is going to have to fight for survival against one of the tag team players in the 1v1 on 2 hills. So we're going to take a look at that in a second. And now we have the game, the second game in the series between Total Annihilation Gods and PinkParanoia. This is Tag Rock against Sui. Tag Rock in the top right as the red Seraphim going first land. He is 1-0 ahead in the series right now. If he can win here, he will allow Tag to take first place in the group. And we have Sui here, who's going to be fighting for his life. He's going as Cybern, the white Cybern in the bottom left, and he is from PinkParanoia. We're currently 1-0 down, and If he loses, then PinkParanoia will most likely take second, and in that case, they will play Brain Bunch in the next round. The decisive game in Group C, Brain Bunch versus YouTube Stars, has already happened, where the Brain Bunch beat the YouTube Stars 2-0. So the rankings in Group C are Brain Bunch, YouTube Stars, Immortals, and then 2 Potato Bros. So the first place of Group D will play YouTube Stars, and the second place will have to play Brain Bunch. So Tag is most likely going to get first because Tag Rock here against Sui, it's going to be very difficult for Sui to do anything. And it sounded like I got a message on Steam. That's not what I want at this point. I want to be able to cast this game. It looks like I forgot to speed it up. I might play this at +3 at the beginning because on this map there's very little action at the start of the game. And Rock is going with 7 P-gens before he gets the Air Factory. What is Sui planning? He's going second land. It's just bizarre placement for the land factory. He doesn't have any adjacency on it whatsoever. But I guess that's okay. Whoever the fuck it is just spamming message me. So Tag Rock is expanding, and neither player is raiding at all here at minute 3. It's just now it's a bomber coming out for Rock. That's his first unit out of the Air Factor. The bomber could potentially be the first raiding unit of the game. Oh my god. I'm gonna turn that off. Told him to cut it out, at least for now. It's my neighbor trying to get me to play a game. Anyway, here comes the bomber from Tag Rock. It already picked up 1 NG kill and takes out another NG. So good work from Rock. Denies expansion. You could come back for another one now. Kills a 3rd NG, shuts down the air production for Sui. Sui's gonna try to finish it off with a Mantis. The Mantis will take forever to finish the Air Factory. Rock now takes some damage on the bomber. He's gonna move it around. And there are 2 more vulnerable NGs for Rock's bomber. He might. Now he's skipping it. He doesn't know it's there. He definitely could get some NGs here. Gets 1 there, so now he's up to 4. 5 kills for Rock's bomber. Excellent work. And now he's got complete air control because Sui doesn't even have a single air unit out. He's almost got the Air Factory done, so this Mantis has actually done some good work. Now it's up to 90%. Once he gets that up, he can definitely start his interceptor spam. And Sui now has his units, but he's not doing anything with them, and they might just run into the ACU. He needs to take these around and raid with them, because he needs to make up for the deficit that Rock has put him in. He's making an anti-air turret, so this could be a critical moment since Sui is taking these Mantis and he's not raiding with them. He's just allowing Rock to build up. I would love to see these go around the side and destroy some of these back mass extractors, because at the moment Sui is trailing in this game. You can see how much farther Rock is in terms of expanding. And Rock with a ridiculous land spam plan, and he's already got a whole bunch of factories. So Sui needs to answer in similar style. And now Rock with a great defensive position. He's got point defense, his ACU units. Sui has to suicide a bunch of Mantis to allow cover for his ACU to get out. But now instead of retreating, he went back for more, and now he's finally going to retreat. These Mantis need to run for their lives. They need to run, and they need to go around the back. What Sui needs to do is he needs to get around and start raiding Rock's mass extractors, otherwise he's in big trouble. Now he's trying to target fire down some NGs, but these are not critical NGs. They're just assisting at Tech 1 factories, so there's no need to kill those. Might as well have just kept on rolling. These NGs, for example, are much more valuable NGs for Rock. And now Rock, doing something that Sui did not, he is going to be raiding through the bottom with these Thams. And Sui now getting an upgrade. This is the gun upgrade. It's the right arm. Now he is killing Rock's reclaiming engineers, so that's a good move, preventing Rock from reclaiming too much. Rock also getting the gun on his ACU. Sui is getting help from 3 Engies, though he's going to get that much faster than Rock will. Rock is still getting reclaimed though from the middle. Here is a minor skirmish that it looks like neither player is really going to win, but Rock raiding the back and moving to the side at the same time, so he's literally all over Sui at the moment. He will not even let Sui expand without having to fight for it. So Rock has been under no pressure this whole game. And it looks like Sui is already in a really bad position because his units are far away from his ACU and he's choosing to defend against this force rather than saving himself. And even though he has the gun, he's completely surrounded and he's taking a whole bunch of damage. And now the worst possible thing he can do is moving in a straight line. Now he's trying to make up for that, but it's already way too late. You can see how much damage he's taking. He's down to 500 HP. And that is the end of the game here at minute 11. So a very quick victory for Total Annihilation Gods in both games. It took them less than 25 minutes to finish off PinkParanoia. And this is very significant. It means that one of the quarterfinals will be Tag versus the YouTube Stars, and the other one will be PinkParanoia versus Brain Bunch, unless something amazing happens that will change that. But Tag versus YouTube Stars is already established. Brain Bunch's opponent will most likely be PinkParanoia. So hopefully people enjoyed this one. It was a very dominating victory by Tag, but entertaining nevertheless. So see you guys next time.